10 years ago, my son James was murdered. This is my story. I wouldn't want no one to know like what it's like, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want them like to know and like know how it feels like to like be the way I'm feeling, the way I think. You know what I mean? I'm a like totally different person, and like I'll never be the person like I was. What's happened to me? Tripped my soul out. When they killed him, they killed a piece of me.
James Bulger's body was found on a railway line on Valentine's Day, 1993. He was just 2 years old, the second child of Ralph and Denise Bulger. Their first baby, Kirsty, was stillborn. The family home was in Kirby, near Liverpool.
James was a cute little kid. He loved everyone. You know what I mean? A bit like mischievous, like in his little ways at the time. He had a little pub. He loved that. Just like a normal kid, getting a taste of life. Like to get a taste of life, and then he's like had it ripped away from him.
On a Friday morning 10 years ago, Ralph went off to fit a wardrobe for his brother-in-law after kissing James and Denise goodbye.
James, described by his father as chatty and bubbly, disappeared from a shopping centre yesterday afternoon. 2 youths caught on camera, apparently leading him away.
If you've got me baby, just bring them back.
Well, he's bubbly, like, get on with anyone, sort of thing, like.
Today, Frogman intensified their search, and the police are making an urgent appeal for the boys who were seen with James in a nearby street to come forward.
I thought, like they're only kids, you know what I mean? It's only kids, like, that's got him. Like, he thought it was like, I'll be alright. Like, that was, like, what I really thought, like, I'll be alright. Like, kids are not gonna, like, do nothing to him, you know what I mean?
Ralph and myself went upstairs and, and chatted how the police were doing their best to be in touch with him and to keep them aware of what was happening. But just the pain of it all, the not knowing, and the guilt feeling of a parent.
The police say James Bulger, the 2-year-old boy whose body was found in Liverpool yesterday, was horrifically murdered before being hit by a train.
The blurred images of the 2 youths seen taking him away are now all over the city.
The coroner in Liverpool described it as the most dreadful and shocking case he'd been involved in 25 years. More floral tributes have been laid at the embankment where James's body was found. The sense of grief and outrage of the local community does not seem to have abated.
The worst part for them was that they weren't allowed to see James. They didn't know when they would be allowed to see him. They didn't know when his body would be released to them. And so there was that waiting.
How do you tell your wife the way your son died? You know what I mean? How do you start? How do you end? There's so many feelings, so many emotions there. Your head's bubbling all the time. And the worst thing, I just thought how can I tell her? How can I tell her the way James was murdered? What's the best way of putting it? There's no best way of putting it.
The murder of this little boy has triggered revulsion and self-doubt across the country. What does a horror like this tell us about the society we live in? The child's murder does appear to touch us all, to wrap the nation in a sense of collective guilt.
5 days later, police charged 2 local boys with the murder of James Bulger. They were just 10 years old. For people everywhere, there was shock and confusion.
A week's emotion, a week's anger spilled out onto the streets of Liverpool today as the boys accused of killing little James Bulger appeared in court. A crowd of people surged at police line. There were screams of abuse and scuffles. 6 people were arrested.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to rise for a 1-minute silence in memory of young James Bulger?